Hey, good Wednesday morning to you. I'm looking at Jonah chapter 1, the first three verses. Jonah chapter 1, the first three verses. It says, "Now the word of the Lord came to Jonah, the son of Amittai, saying, Arise, go to Nineveh, that great city, and cry out against it, for their wickedness has come up before me." But Jonah arose to flee to Tarshish from the presence of the Lord. He went down to Joppa and found a ship going to Tarshish. So he paid the fare and went down into it to go with them to Tarshish from the presence of the Lord. Now, and I don't know that I don't know that God wasn't at Tarshish, but I know that there are people that will go a great distance to go away from God when he is speaking to them. They'll spend their money, they'll put the time, and they'll try to get away from God when he tells them to do something. They want to run the opposite direction. I pray that you're not that person this day, that you'll be listening to God, and as God sends you into this world to be a witness, to be a light, that you'll go the direction he calls you to go, and you'll speak to the people that he puts before you. That is needful in the day in which we live. It was needful in the day of Jonah. The city of Nineveh, we know the end of the story, had many people who needed to repent. God cared for the sinner. He still does today, and he wants to send the saint to tell the sinner to repent. And so today, we need to be about that. We need to ever be mindful that there are people who need to hear the truth, that God is sending us into their presence. I pray that you won't flee, that you won't try to get away from the presence of the Lord. For the psalmist tells me, David writes and says, don't matter where you go, the Lord will be there. And we see that with Jonah also. It was a foolish thing to try to run from the presence of God when he directs our lives and encourages us to do something. Be about that this day. I want to remind you today, 1 o'clock, there's a Bible study in the gathering place for folks to come. We're in the book of Genesis. Then at 5 o'clock, we have a men's study at Hardee's for them, for our men's group. And then at 6 o'clock, we have a women's study at the church. We have Celebrate Recovery. We have the choir rehearsal getting ready for our our Easter cantata and program that we have. And then we also have the children, the youth meeting. So we have all those events. We do all those things because we mean it when we say at Westview, we're here for you. Pray you have a wonderful day, and God bless.